what is for sure going to be noticeable is if LinkedIn stories that were just launched in some countries are going to spread worldwide. So right now, LinkedIn introduced stories, which is basically more or less the same what we already...
I really liked your segue.
Yeah, I was also like, wow, that
Sorry
was
to cut you off. You're just like... Now on to LinkedIn stories. We got to move on to that. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going, Eva. That was brilliant. I love it. I just had to mention.
I also wanted to.
I just had to mention, like, that was a segue.
Yeah,
that
kudos.
was Oscar-winning segue. Okay, sorry. LinkedIn stories, yes, they've been launched.
So what do you guys think? Is it going to be a help for professionals looking for network? Is it going to be actually used by the users? Because, you know, LinkedIn is still considered something somewhat more of a professional platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can I go first? I think you went first previously. So
I know, it's your turn.
Now it's time.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah. So
show us your genius.
Let's be fair here.
But basically, I think I'm not going to expand actually really deep into what Chris was speaking about on his LinkedIn video, which you should definitely check out if you haven't seen.
Threatening.
Hashtag plugging. But I think it's going to be exciting overall on the LinkedIn platform, since it's always kind of like, well, not just one step behind the other platforms, but actually several steps. So sometimes even in this year, it felt like Facebook 2012. Now it's going to feel like Facebook 2016, 17 almost. And I'm really looking forward to see what people are going to do with it, because I have a feeling that it's going to be in the beginning like the wild, wild west. Like people won't know, like they won't really know what to post there. They won't have their best practices, because, you know, like you have your best practices already for Instagram or for Facebook stories, but those are personal, and also the platforms are more about sharing personal content, well, for most of the people at least. And then on LinkedIn, it's going to be all about, you know, work and work life. So I'm definitely interested to see how that will play out.
Chris mentioned earlier that I found very interesting that it can be a big opportunity for employers. Why do you think that?
For employers, because I think it's going to be, I think it'll be able to show behind the scenes more of what's going on and to show your company culture in an easier format. And I think we also talked about it being less like as important as the feed. Like you're sometimes worried as a company, like, am I putting out like the right thing here on the feed? Is it too loose? Is it not professional enough? Is it like this or that? And I think the sheer, you know, reduction of how important this 24-hour story is, because it's going to be gone tomorrow, that or in a week or whatever the sort of timeline is. It allows you to open up and do things like quicker. And that's also what we saw with Snapchat, with Instagram, with Facebook stories. It allowed people to reduce the sort of like pain of posting something that had to be perfect. It was a complete sort of antithesis to Instagram, which was like every post on the feed had to be perfect. And then Snapchat came in and was like, no, this is a 24-hour story. Like it can be completely unprofessional or unnice or just very behind the scenes. And that's also why they blew up so fast. And then Instagram did the same thing. They're like, okay, it gives our users a chance to just share random content. And I think it's great for LinkedIn as well, for employers and employees of those companies to share that random content that doesn't fit in the feed. Doesn't feel like it needs a professional feed place. So I think it's going to open up a lot for employers to show behind the scenes and show the authenticity of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.